You know, I wanted to do an intro for this. I've been moving, I've been sick, I'm very tired. So this is the intro. Title card.
Warning: disaster incoming.
What's up, everybody? I'm Daniel. You know me online as Disaster Dan, and today we're doing a tier list over Attack on Titan Apocalypse. It's officially out now, so I thought I'd go over the characters. I've not played all these characters. I've played a couple of them. I've looked at a couple of them. I've built a couple of them, but I've not played all of them. So obviously, grain of salt. We don't really know where the meta is going to go after this, but thanks for you guys for watching, and let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so let's get into the tier list. So, just a heads up before I get into this, this is my personal opinion. This is my opinion does not reflect on everybody's opinion. So, if I don't have a character where you think the character should be, that's okay. We can talk about it. This is just what I feel like. And also, as you can see, I only have 3 rows. So, obviously, some characters are going to be a lot worse than other characters. They might be in the same row. That does not mean that they are the same level of character. It's just because I'm doing 3 rows. Because I think this is easier. All right, so let's get into it. First, we've got Ian Lionheart Awakened. I think this character is fantastic. I think this is one of the best characters in the set. Godzilla is still really good, really strong. She does very similar things to Godzilla. Once she gets to the backside, she gets to spin momentum, give her check +2, but she also has damage, the damage attached to that instead of just normal. When you have backups, she's a little bit better. Your front side, you can play without backups. She does just destroy foundations to get momentum, which is really strong. So yeah. Armin Alert, I'm in between on Armin. I think this character's good. I just don't know if he has enough. I think he's definitely a character that could, in the future, be really strong. Fire doesn't have the craziest outwit cards. He has Order. Order has some good ones. But nothing crazy. I'm putting a B. I think he's fine. I think people who play him are going to do well with him. But he's not better. He's not on face better than some of the A characters I'm going to have in here. Connie C. Character's terrible. This character is just not good, in my opinion. Has to be weapons. You have to deal damage, and then you make clear. And then if you do, you can't play copies of the attack turn. It's just way too many restrictions on the character when we have other decks that do this similar thing for no restriction at all and a lot easier. Alright, up next is Eren Yeager Usurper. So this character I think is actually pretty cool. He has a 5-hander, which makes him a little rough on the starting turns, but when you get to cycle with this character, he gets really good on the backside. All your stuff getting stun 1 and +3 damage is a powerful rate. Spend momentum to add a Titan card from your discard pile of your hand. And you're gaining momentum on your front side the entire time, so that's once per turn. Once per turn, you get to go add whatever attack you want. He's on fire, so he gets to play teaming. He's on chaos, so he can play determined advance. That's not a Titan, but it is a Fury, so his front side works with it. And backside, because it gives him a stun 1 and +3 damage. So I think this character's pretty good. Like I said, him being a 5-hander is going to make him slow to start out with. So I'm going to put him a B. I'm not really going to put these in order, but I do think he might be worse than Armin. I don't really know. Armin's really good on his backside, too. Falco. Falco's crazy. Giving the fact that his ability can restand itself can make it restand Falco, and then you get to give another attack 12 speed. Is pretty good when he flips. His front side is very nothing. His front side is literally just here to say, "Hey, flip me," which, to be fair, then why not just make it the backside character? But they wanted to make it because he's a Titan, which makes sense. But yeah, giving 10 speeds on 2 attacks. That's just doing that every turn is just gonna kill somebody. They're not gonna be able to block everything you throw. That's not including anything else he gives. Also, he can give stuff EX2. So if you have momentum, boom, that's a little extra speed. Flock. So Flock has he has the Falling Titans loop deck because he plays a bunch of backups. You can play just a bunch of 6s and backups, which is fun. But I don't know if this character is going to do a whole lot in the meta game. I think if you're gonna be doing this Fall Titan only deck, like where I'm just playing four Falling Titans and then trying to like play that card a million times, I think you're gonna run into stuff that's gonna stop it and it's just gonna kill you anyway. And then outside of that, I don't know how much Flock really does uh, competitively. So like, he's probably like a B tier character. He's fine. Han Zoe, she's a inconspicuously. I think this character is actually crazy. uh, I know that she also doesn't do a whole lot on her face, similar to Connie, but using 3 wall counters to make something not count is like using 3 counters to clear a card, which can be really good. Her being a 7-hander does make her very squishy. She gets to do the airship Tasty Riff thing, where we're looping Tasty Riff a lot, very easily because she's going to gain those counters by turn 2, and then just as long as she just has to find the pieces to it. I think if you can make her defensively, she could be good. But outside of that, I don't know how much she's really doing. Like, she's not an A tier character, but I don't think she's a C tier character. I think she's a character who's like, once you built her, I think she's gonna be like real strong. I think making something that counters aggressive is always strong anyway. So, Gene Kernstein, he's down here. See, they did not give a lot of love to air characters in the set outside of like Falco. Yeah, he's just not doing a lot. Enhance once per turn, to discard a card. Yeah, if you've cleared, draw 2, then give something stats. That's, I don't know why that needed to be once per turn. It could just be like response after they've cleared, do this thing. After you've cleared, do this thing. Because it's not like he clears on his face. So he has to find ways to clear stuff. So I just don't get why he had to be a once per turn ability. I'm sure they could have like worked this around to where it didn't have to be once per turn, so he felt like he was doing more. But like on face as he is now, you're only using it once per turn. It's really not doing a whole lot, and you have to like choose when you're going to do it, because if you choose it on something that's going to get blocked anyway, then the stats don't matter. So yeah. Levi. So I think giving 2 speed for 1 health is pretty good. We've had characters do this plenty of times. At the start of your interface, adding 1 weapon card to your card pool to your hand is pretty good. At the start of the end phase, so it could be either person's end phase. You block on their turn, you get a weapon back. I think that can be cool. I do wonder, like, how well that's going to be. Like, losing 1 for 2 speed is not doing enough in this current game, and being in quote-unquote desperation, like, below half your health total, because it's 15 or less health, giving 2 damage. I mean, yeah, lose 1 for 2/2 can be pretty good, but you have to wait till halfway through the game, like half your health to do that anyway. And if they're like playing around you smart, they're gonna make you have to put yourself there, and then kill you when you put yourself to 15. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in C. The other thing is like, I kind of wish he had death, because like death weapons would have been pretty cool. It's because he's locked to weapons. Like, fire doesn't have a ton of good weapons. And then the good weapons on fire, you could just play on the other symbol, which air has really good weapons. So you could just play walk the dog and stuff like that. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing too much of this character. C, like I said, air's not getting a lot of love on these characters. So I'm just going to put him in C. I don't think he's as bad as these other 2 characters, but like I said, because I'm only doing 3 rows, I have to make arguments for each one. And to be honest, I'm a little questioning on the Flock. But, yeah, Levi, I don't think is better than Usurper. I don't think he's better than Armin. I don't think he's better than Hanj. And then the Flock is questionable, but I already questioned if I should put Flock in B anyway. But yeah. Mikasa, this one's a B. Like, this one's a good. I think this character's fine. I don't like. I keep putting them in like an order, but they're not in any order I'm thinking of. Blowing up a foundation for two cards is very good. I'm not gonna be the person who tells you that blowing up foundations is not a cost. It is a cost. It depends on the board you have that it matters or not. But when you have things like enormous X, when you have things like the Willy Tiber backup and stuff like that, you're gonna like you basically become like an infinite hand size character. Now, she is a 5-hander, so she starts out a little slow if she doesn't see a lot early. But maybe because she draws so many cards, she doesn't have to play a large attack count. So maybe she's building 5 turn 1. Because I can see a world where it's like, okay, well, I'm drawing my entire deck in the span of both our turns, so I can play 16 attacks instead of playing 18. And maybe that changes her ratios and stuff like that. And then the other ability is, it's fine. Revealing a weapon card is not as big a deal as maybe. The issue with it is that it lets them know what you have in your hand. You're giving them information, and it requires it to be on the block mod, which means for it to be good, you have to play bad cards. But maybe that doesn't matter as much because maybe you're going to build up a bunch because you have a large board because you want to blow them up. So if you're going to have a block mod that's bad, you're going to block with it, commit your cards to blow them up to draw 2 cards. And maybe it doesn't matter that the block mod is bad. But I'm not a person who likes to play a lot of high block mod cards in my deck. So having to reveal, like by happenstance, an attack with a 3 block mod, is unfortunate. But I mean, it gives your attack damage for that. So if you have a foundation that's a weapon that's a 3 mod, I mean that's basically 3 damage per attack for the turn, which is pretty good. And she has a card that returns itself back to hand to reveal for 3. Reveal it, or it's when you blow it up, you add it back to hand, so she can start revealing that one. I don't know. I can't remember if it's a weapon or not. I assume it's a weapon because I'm pretty sure it's her card. Piek? Alright, well, this is without putting this things in order, I'm still going to put this in the front because this is the best character in the game. Or not game, in the set. It's a really good character in the game. This character is insane. Gets destroying foundations. They get stats, flips over, gets a free asset, which is a free damage pump. Flip back over whenever you want to build more, to blow up for more damage, minus damage, to flip on her backside to get more minus speed or plus speed. She's on order. She can play 4-check Titans and play like the Colossal Confrontation, which is good. She can play backups and play United Front because she's going to get the asset. So the only thing she needs to cover for United Front is the backup, which you can play Warhammer Titan, which is an instant backup you can play. You can play Duplicitous Recollection, which can get you a backup, get you a Willy Tiber, or 9 Titans if you're playing a Titan package. This character is really good. She has a lot of builds going on for her. And I think like all of her builds that you can make of her, I think have justifiable reason for making the builds. Like 4-check Titans, on order good stuff, death good stuff. I think these all have reasonable explanations to why you would be playing this build. So I think this character is going to see a lot of play. I think she's going to see a lot of play on different ideas, and I think she's going to be very good in the meta. All right, Porco. I'm going to put Porco in B. I think this character has moves. I don't know if it's moves I'm ever going to play, but it is a 7-hand aggro character. Like, this character has, I believe, like, 0 defense. Because its ability is milk for stats, and then if you have 4 more attacks in your card pool, I guess you can add a card. I guess if you're playing on your opponent's turn and you've blocked with 4 attacks, I guess you can do that, which would be crazy. But the character does have some moves because he is on fire, so he gets to play Besiege, and he gets to play teaming with Attack Titan, so like he can play these low costed moves that are going to get a bunch of stats, and then he can just like string those off later in the turn because he says when you have 4 more attacks you can add 1 card. That's not once per turn, and it's a you may flip, so you can just keep doing that. So if you have teaming the Attack Titan and then you go another teaming Attack Titan, you can add that teaming Attack Titan in your hand, put another card in your card pool, and keep playing those for cheap. Now you are still getting +1 progressive per attack, but it doesn't matter if they're dying. And then his backside is okay. It's fine. His front side is way better in my opinion. I don't know how often you would want to flip with this guy, especially since you can choose when you want to or not. But yeah, I think he's fun. I think he's gonna be real cool. I know this character is gonna play very, very similarly looking to Devil Jin, where it's just play all my big attack, play a bunch of attacks in a row, and see if that kills you. Reiner. So Reiner's interesting. I think this character is really good, but he does have a building restriction of he needs to see 4 cards, and you really want to get to his backside. His backside, to my opinion, is crazy. I think his backside is absolutely insane. It's a static, automatically going to be +2 damage because you have foundations in your character already, and then you have the asset and you have the backup. It's 4 damage, and then target flip or commit is just an insane ability. The issue is you do need to get the asset out, and B, get a backup and make sure it's protected. Now there is ways to fast build both those things, so you could just do them quickly and then flip early, and then if you flip early, then I think you just dominate. But he is going to have a lot of tweaks he's going to have to be made into his building, and then maybe he's not doing enough for the restriction he has. But I think this character is pretty good. I'm going to put him in B. I think this character, I would not be shocked if somebody tops this character, because I think this character is that good. But I do understand the apprehension of playing this character because of what he needs to really get to his good part, which is the backside. Alright, next is Zeke Yeager. So I would originally put this character in B, but I'm going to put him in A because I just found out recently, because I've actually read these cards, is that his backside says Ranger Titan card for your check to your +2s. It does not say attack, which means you get +2 on your checks when you block with Ranger Titan cards. That's, in my opinion, changes a lot about this guy. His front side's already good. Sacrifice a backup to gain 1 and draw 1 is already pretty good. Now, getting to his backside might be hard because it requires 10 backups, but he is playing on the 2 symbols that have the most backup support, in my opinion, which are Chaos and Life. Maybe Death is up there too. But he gets to play Rock Barrage and stuff like that, and he gets to play Resurrected Titans to go get attacks if he wants to play 4 checks. He gets to play City Rampage and play a City Rampage deck where you're just sacking your backups to get more stats. He gives next checks, which is equal to your backups stage +1, which means he's always giving +1 to your checks once per turn, or your next check to play something. But I the biggest hurdle is going to be getting the 10 backups. But once you get to the back of them, I think this character is insane. Commit a backup to gain 1 health and draw 1 is really good, especially since most backups don't do anything on your opponent's turn. And then the +2 to your checks. This character is going to draw 1 million cards, which is why I think he's good enough to be up here. I can't wait to see what he does, because I think he's the coolest one out of all these characters. I like a lot of these characters, but I think he's very cool because I like backups. And then last but not least, it's Warhammer Titan. So I know a lot of people like this character, so they probably are gonna dislike me, but I'm putting this character in C tier. So in MHA we had a character called Shoji 1 that did this exact same ability, except it was cost instead of check, which on average means you were losing 1 extra health. And he had less health. But also, in my head, if you were going to do that, it wouldn't matter because you're grabbing your best attacks anyway and going to kill them. I don't think this character is very good. He's better than these guys, don't get me wrong. But I just don't think his grab ability is strong enough, especially being a commit cost, and then also Shoji didn't give as much stats as this guy. But the bar of being better than Shoji to me is not very high. Uh, so to me, this character is not much higher than that. He does get to do airship stuff with Tasty Rift because he gets to keep adding Tasty Rift back, but that is requiring him to keep losing health every turn to do that, and also, like that means he also has a restriction on when he can start losing. Like if he gets too low on health, he can't add anything back. And there's like he gets a bunch of damage if he's low health, but I wish it was more speed. Like his one check gives speed. I wish that was on his face because I think if he gave speed for the lower healthy guy, I thought he'd be a lot better. But since he gives damage, he's gonna just be super blockable. Now like I think he's fine. Like again, he's not the worst character in the set. I think probably he's honestly better than all three of these guys. But I don't see this character doing very well in a lot of things. Tutoring from your discard is pretty good, but at the cost of your health, and then on the top of that, not really doing much else on your character. I mean, we've just been proven before that it just doesn't do enough. And the game has only gotten faster and stronger and more powerful since then. So I don't know if it goes anywhere now. But I would love for somebody to prove me wrong. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. And that's the tier list. Thanks for you guys for watching. I know I have a lot of B. Again, I was trying to do this in 3 rows, so I was trying to be justifiable. I guess if I was gonna move anything, man, if I was gonna move anything, I really don't care for Flock. Like the thing I would do with Flock is probably go down here, but outside of that, I mean, there's not really. I think I like everything else being where it's at. Maybe Han's is too high. We'll have to see as it plays. I think her being able to do the airship thing easily is pretty good. But yeah, like I said, this is my opinions. So if you have different opinions, just let me know. We can talk about it. It's cool. You can prove me wrong. I would love to be proven wrong. I'm the person that believes that you can take any character and do well with it. I think any of these characters could be done well if you take them to an event. Maybe not Connie. I really, in my opinion, Connie's the worst character in the set. But yeah, I was trying to do this in smaller rows because I wanted to be more condensed on the opinions instead of being more spread out and having to feel like I need to justify filling 5 rows of different characters. But yeah, like I said, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys later. Sorry if I sound a little tired. I'm sick and I'm in the middle of moving, and yeah, I'll get into that later. But until then, that'll be it. So later.